flash, but the lights on the dash won't flash, and neither will the ones outside. Got the window open, so it's a little bit noisy. I'm not sure how it's going to come out on camera. Just a bit of a drive around and a bit of a shakedown run, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to put a few miles on the engine so that I can kind of clear all the sludge and that out and give it a good service and see if it improves. Same story with the carby. Like, obviously the carby's off the other truck and it's had a bad time. Got a pretty nasty pop and bang out the back on de-acceleration. I'm not sure whether that's just a bit of air getting into the exhaust and giving it a pop, or whether that's something majorly wrong, like a burnt valve or whatever you want to call it. It's a list of things. It could just be ignition. Gearbox is a little bit like mixing a bowl of soup. You gotta wind third out a bit before you grab fourth. It's only a 2 litre. You gotta remember, it's only small. Looking at the back screen of my GoPro, and looks like it's picking up the road fairly nicely. Hopefully that means your look at that, indicator worked first go that time. Hopefully it means your viewing's not too bad, but for everyone that's been following the rebuild and trying to get it back on the road kind of process of the poor old dyna, this is a bit of a sweet victory for me right now. Ping's a bit on full throttle, so oh, that's something else. Just like the other one, I can't get back into 4th gear from overdrive. When you try and go back into 4th, you just get a misalignment kind of grinding sound. Just doesn't want to go. I don't know whether the synchros wear out on that. That there feels like about 100, 110. Can't be 100% sure, but yeah, that's what it feels like. I go out to the overpass on the other side of the highway and see how she's running. We'll jump out and have a listen for anything, any new noises and stuff like that at idle. Sometimes yeah, something might have worked its way loose or whatever. We can have a quick listen. It is old. I'm not expecting the world out of it. It's an 82 model. So it was around, and it probably had 150,000 Ks on it before I was even born. So we can't be upset with it for being a little bit rustic or a little bit rural. It's an ex-council works truck, so it's probably had a very hard life, especially being a factory or a built into a tip truck. I have to say, I think it's actually more, even though the seat's shagged, the seat is terrible, but even though the seat's terrible, it's still probably, I think it's a better ride than than its predecessor. Certainly not completely terrible for a small truck. Generally, small trucks got a very, very, very rigid ride, and you normally feel every bump. this is pretty good. Not sure if we got gearbox noise, universal noise, or wheel bearing noise. Not 100% certain. That said, it could just be exhaust noise. Not a great deal of vibration and carry on in it. It's, like I say, for an old machine, it's good. And now that I know the speedometer doesn't actually work, it's probably done a lot more than it's showing 250,000 kilometers. Pinging's a little bit of an issue. I might drop a bit of advance out of it with the fine tune on the dizzy. Instead of that, I might try and richen it up first. It's nice to have these things rev a little bit. They're not the most RPM hungry kind of engines. They don't love to rev. Being push rod, and obviously not designed to rev. Temperamental in trying to find a gear. We'll just pull off here and it's actually going to idle. Sounds strange, but it sounds extremely fluffy out the exhaust. But there's no smoke coming from anywhere. Feels as though the brakes, none of them are stuck on or anything. Can't get to them without basically getting under. Oh, it's only just warm, but they're a fucking big drum. It's only just warm, so the one on the other side might be doing more work than the others, but as you can see, the switch gear for the steering column is not the best. Just here, she's not overheating. Nice warm air blowing out of there between the cab guard and the cab. It's good, cooling system's working alright. Doesn't do anything to lift the tray up by itself. look, I'm going to call it an afternoon, call it a night. Well, it's it's nearly 11 o'clock, so let's call it a night. Yeah, it's been fairly successful. We'll roll with that. Righto. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following the Toyota Dyna's rebuilding kind of process. We'll work on the hydraulics, we'll work on the ram. We might stick some new points in it, upgrade the ignition system a bit, get that a bit happier. Do some more work. Yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.